top of the table over in Italy, of course, breaking away from the chasing pack. But will they still be there into a busy week of matches? We're going to take a look at it, all of it. Nay! Prediction video today. We'll look for match number 30 over in Serie A, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe to keep your bang up to date with all things Serie A related, Papa Rose related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Ruski. That's right. Milan, 3 points clear of the nearest and dearest. That is, of course, Napoli at the moment. Of course, Inter Milan, of course, the further point back, but of course, got a game in hand. But of course, what's going to happen this weekend as we edge closer to the international break? We've got some zingers on the agenda. We've got the Roma derby, all that kind of stuff. But of course, who will take advantage this coming weekend? We'll look at it, all of it, in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs, they're the patrons, guys. Thank you for loving, of course, behind the scenes. But if you're new, make sure you check the links down below, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, our Patreon as well. Let's get into it. Of course, recap the results from last round, and here they come. Fiorentina picked up a win over Bologna, 1-0 it was, 1-0 for me as well. Milan with a 1-0 win over Empoli, 2-0 it was. Lewis Hartley was there. There's a vlog on the channel, make sure you check it out. He was there, he enjoyed the game, good experience as well, so make sure you check that badger out. Atalanta with a 0-0 draw against Genoa, with a 3-1. Torino picked up a draw against Internazionale, surprise, surprise. Meanwhile, Hellas Verona with a 2-1 loss. Napoli, big win for them on the road. Lazio with a 1-0 win over Venezia, well done there. Sampdoria got spanked by the Juventus 3-1 in the end. Spezia picked up a 2-0 win over Cagliari to boost their survival hopes. Udinese with a draw against Roma, and of course, yes, 2-2 draw in the end. Salernitana, monstrous result down the foot of the table. Of course, let's take a look at that table. Here you go, AC Milan, I believe, is that right? Is that bloody right? It is right, that's right. AC Milan, of course, 3 points clear of Napoli, and again, a further point back is Internazionale for the time being. Juventus, though, could make a little push for at least the runners-up spot at the moment. Still not out of the woods. Grinding out 3 wins on the spin for them. As for the foot of the table, Salernitana look like they're going down. Genoa could be joining them. Venezia also in that discussion, as of course that starts to heat up a little bit. That's of course the state of play there. What about our own prediction league? Well, here you go. Take a bloody bow, Barcelonaista. Of course, maybe renowned for his Spanish predictions, but of course he's here and he's kicking ass and taking names over in Italy. And of course, big shout out to the chasing pack there. What about, of course, the mini leaderboard? Well, here you go. It's 77 kicking ass for the mini leaderboard. When I say the mini leaderboard, I'm on about the back end of the season. There's no prize here, but of course, a bit of bragging rights for the showing who has stepped it up at the second half of the campaign. And right now, 77 has stepped it up. And of course, we'll see you next time around in, of course, the main leaderboard, if he's doing well in the grand scheme of things. So we'll take a look at that next time around. Of course, Serie A is the link. So getting amongst it. So here we go. These are the next games. So we're going to kick it all off with a zinger. Zinger chicken dinner is Roma up against Lazio. So let's jump in the deep end. On this one then, shall we? Of course, we're going to kick it off with a banger. Of course, this game will take place actually on Sunday, March the 20th. It is actually Chelsea ball or the Chelsea derby in Mourinho up against Sarri. Played 63 times, these two sides. Sit down 23, 26 wins for Roma, 90 wins for Lazio, and 18 draws, of course. Roma unbeaten the last 6, of course, picking up 3 wins and 3 draws up against the Lazio side, who got back-to-back wins for them. 50% fall for them at the moment. Last time they played each other, though, in Roma was a 2-2 win for Roma. That was back in May 2021. Of course, the reverse fixture in Lazio was a 3-2 win for Lazio back in September 2021 as well. Of course, coming at you, the Roma with a 1-1 draw against Udinese, Lazio with a 1-1 win over Venezia. Of course, Roma will be in action against Vitesse Arnhem, of course, in the Conference League later on this week, so a bit of a distraction in the way for Roma, but of course Lazio's all eyes will be on this game. The odds for this one, though, coming at you 11-8 on is 11-8 is your Lazio, your Roma on this one. 5-2 is draws. 9-5 is your Lazio on this one. Who's going to come out on top? I think it's going to be a tight game. 2-1 win in the end, though, for Roma to take to the house. Cagliari kicking on forward, though, up against AC Milan, of course, the table toppers at the moment. Now these two sides have played each other 45 times in 1993. 3 wins to Cagliari, 30 wins to AC Milan, and 12 draws. Back-to-back defeats, though, for Cagliari right now. 50% form. They've won 2, lost 2, and drawn 2 of the last 6 up against the AC Milan side, who've actually come into this 75% form, unbeaten in the last 9 games. That's won 3 and drawn 3 of the last 6, though. Last other fixture in Cagliari, it was a 2-0 win for Milan. That was back in January 2021. The reverse fixture in Milan was a 4-1 win for Milan back in August, of course. Big win it was indeed. Meanwhile, Cagliari picking up a 2-0 loss against Spezia, and of course that's back-to-back games now without a goal. Meanwhile, AC Milan picking up a 1-0 win over Empoli, and that's now 3 games without conceding a goal. So looking very, very good in that department. Kicking off forward, though, Cagliari with a 4-1 for the victory. Of course, 40-5 is draw. 64 on is your AC Milan on this one. Kicking on forward for my pick on this one. Going to go with a 2-0 win for AC Milan on the road. Let's get into the next one. Genoa. Do you know what I mean? Of course, they're going to be taking on Torino, coming at you on Friday, 18th of March. Now, these two sides, of course, play each other, according to my eyes, 41 times since 1993, 11 wins for Genoa, 17 wins for Torino, and 13 draws. Of course, Genoa coming to this, though, unbeaten in the last 5 games. Of course, however, all 5 of them have been draws. Meanwhile, Torino coming to this, just one defeat past 4 for them, 25% 4 for them at the moment, 3 draws as well. A lot of draws between these two sides, in the recent form anyway. Coming at you, though, last time around over in Genoa was a 2-1 win for Torino. That was back in November 2020. The reverse fixture also in Torino was a 3-2 win for Torino back in October. Torino pick up a draw against Internazionale, Genoa pick up a draw against Atalanta, and it's been 3 games without conceding a goal, but also 3 games without scoring a goal for Genoa. Kicking on forward the odds, 23-10 is Genoa, 11-5 is your draw, 30-10 is your Torino on this one. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Torino on the road and break the old draw streak between these two sides. Kicking on forward then, Bologna, they're going to be locking horns up against Atalanta, coming at you on Sunday, March the 20th. Now these two sides have played each other 37 times since 1996, 8 wins for Bologna, 18 wins for Atalanta, and 11 draws, of course. Just 1 win and 6 for Bologna right now, 42% form. Up against Atalanta's side, have just lost 1 to the last 5, 58% form for them at the moment. Last time around, though, that these two sides played each other over in Bologna, it was a 2-2 draw back in December 2020. The reverse fixture over in Atalanta this campaign, back on my birthday, of course, was a 0-0 draw. That's August, if you didn't know. Atalanta pick up a draw against Genoa last time around, and of course Fiorentina pick up a 1-0 win over Bologna last time around as well. The odds for this one, what do we got on here? We've got where are you? Where bloody are you? Bologna picking up the 10-3 for the victory, 65 on is your Atalanta, and 5-2 is your draw. Back at the away side here, 1-0 win for them, clean sheet to boot. Empoli are going to be taking on, of course, Verona, coming at you on Sunday, March the 20th as well. Now these two sides have played each other 12 times in 2004, 5 wins to Empoli, 3 for Hellas Verona, and 4 draws. Empoli, though, coming into this without a win in the last 13 games up against the Verona side, of course, just 1-1 and 4 for them. In fact, one defeat past 5 for them, 50% form for them at the moment. That's 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 of the last 6. Coming at you, though, last time around over in Empoli, it was a 1-0 win for Empoli. That was back in April 2016. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture, of course, this campaign back in November was a 2-1 win for Verona as well. Meanwhile, of course, I'm going to put a sidebar in there. They've also played each other in the Coppa Italia. It was in Verona, and it was back in December. It was a 4-3 win for Empoli as well. So Empoli won 3 of the last 4 games between these two sides, of course. But coming at you, though, Empoli pick up a 1-0 loss against Milan and haven't scored in back-to-back games. Of course, Verona did lose to Napoli as well, 2-1 last time around. The odds for this one then, shall we? Of course, Empoli 2-1 for the victory, 30-10 is your Verona, and 5-2 is your draw. Back, of course, the draw here, point in the bag for both of these two sides. Venezia will take on my boys Sampdoria. That's coming at you also on Sunday, March the 20th. Now these two sides, of course, played each other 7 times since 1998. 1 win for Venezia, 3 wins to Sampdoria, and 3 draws, of course. Just 1 win and 6 though for Venezia right now, 25% form. Up against the Sampdoria side, of course, just 1 win and 5 for them, 33% form for them at the moment. But they've had quite a sticky resume for the past few games. However, last time I played in Venezia was a 3-1 win. That was back in June 2003. The reverse fixture, that was in Serie B as well. The reverse fixture this campaign back in December was a draw as well. Lazio, of course, beat Venezia last time around. Sampdoria also losing the Juventus. Coming at you, the odds for this one also on Sunday, 13-8 is just Venezia, 17-10 is your Sampdoria, and 23-10 is your draw. Back to the away side here. Goals in this one, 3-2 in the end. So take it to the house. Into the final stretches now we go. Internazionale, they're going to be locking horns up against Fiorentina. That's coming at you on Saturday, March the 19th. Now, these two sides have played each other 55 times since 1994, 30 wins for Internazionale, 12 wins for Fiorentina, and 13 draws. Of course, Internazionale unbeaten the last 5, 58% form for them. Up against Venezia, Fiorentina side, just 1 win and 4 for them, 58% form for them also. Coming at you, though, last time round in Milan, it was a, of course, 4-3 win for Internazionale. That was back in September 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, in Fiorentina was back in September. It was a 3-1 win for Internazionale as well. Inter, of course, back into this game on the back of a draw. Of course, Fiorentina with a win over Bologna last time around. The odds for this one, Internazionale 29 on for the victory, 7-2 is your draw, 11-2 is your away win. That's ACF Fiorentina. Bloody, what am I thinking? Of course, going to go with a win here for Internazionale to maintain their title push and keep up the heat with their bitter rivals, AC Milan. Let's get into the last 3 now. Juventus, they'll be taking on Salernitana, of course, coming at you on Sunday as well. Now, these two sides have played each other 3 times in 1988, 2 wins for Juventus, 1 for Salernitana, and 0 draws. Juventus winning 4 in the bounce, of course, 83% form for them right now. They're actually unbeaten in the last 6 at the very least. Meanwhile, Salernitana have just 1 defeat past 6 for them, 42% form. However, drawing 5 of the last 6 coming into this one. Last time they played in Turin, it was a 3-0 win for Juventus. That was back all the way back in December 1998. The reverse fixture this campaign was a 2-0 win for Juventus over in Salernitana. Of course, Salernitana pick up a draw against Sassuolo, and Juventus with a 3-1 win over Sampdoria coming at you on this one. The odds for this then, Juventus 92 on for the victory, 11-2 is your 10-1 is your long shots at Salernitana. Going to go with a win for the hosts here. Of course, we are 2-0 win for them to keep it real towards the top of the table. And of course, final two now, Sassuolo up against Spezia. That'll kick us off this weekend, coming at you on Friday the 18th of March. Now, these two sides have played each other 7 times in 2012. We've got 5 wins for Sassuolo, 1 win for Spezia, and 1 draw, of course. Sassuolo, though, just 1 defeat by 6 for them. 67% form for them right now. Coming at you, though, Spezia just 1 win and 6 for them. 25% form for them at the moment. Last time they played each other over in Sassuolo, it was a 2-1 win for Spezia. That was back in February 2021. The reverse fixture, though, in Spezia this campaign, back in, of course, December, was a 2-2 draw as well. Spezia picking up a 2-0 win over Cagliari. Of course, Sassuolo with a 2-2 draw against Salernitana last time. A lot of S's knocking around there. Of course, coming at you on this one, though, 13-8 on is your Sassuolo, 10-3 is draw, and 4-1 is your long shots at Spezia on this one. I'm going to go back to the host here with a 1-0 win for them to take it to the house. And then wrap it up, we have Napoli, of course, taking on Udinese. That'll be on, of course, Saturday, March the 19th. Now, these two sides, of course, played each other 41 times in 1983, 20 wins to Napoli, 9 wins to Udinese, and 12 draws, of course. Napoli have coming into 50% form for them right now, 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2, up against a Udinese side who are actually unbeaten in the last 4, picking up 1 win and 3 draws for them at the moment. Of course, last time played in Napoli, aka Naples, 5-1 win it was. That was back in May 2021. The reverse fixture, though, in Udinese was a 4-0 win for Napoli as well. That was back in September. Napoli picking up, of course, a 2-1 win over Hellas Verona. Of course, Udinese with a draw against Roma last time around. The odds for this one, then, shall we? What have we got on this? We have, of course, Napoli 9-4 on for the victory, 7-2 is your draw, 6-1 is your long shots. That's Udinese going to back the host here, 3-1 win for them to take it to the house. That's, of course, my pickaroos. Be sure to get your pickaroos in as well. Of course, we are looking forward to the international break. Bit of a break here, bit of a break for these guys as well. But of course, also a bit of a break for you. But until then, guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, check links down. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Patreon. But until then, boys, we're done right now.